Hello everybody, it's been a little while since I last spoke to you all, but I'm going to offer another little update as to the progress of what is happening with my home. Now, we've been in the hotel since right near the beginning of January, around about 6th or 16th of January, and it is now the 11th of March. And, we called the insurance company at the beginning of the year saying, all these repairs needed to be doing. They have finally decided that they're going to send the people in to get rid of the asbestos. And they told us this yesterday. It's taken them this long to get that sorted, and it's an absolute joke. That being said, when this whole thing started, they said they wanted us to list every item in the affected rooms. We had to list everything that was in the affected rooms, put a price next to it, and list the things that we would like to have saved, if at all possible. So I compiled the inventory list of all of these things. I had three bedrooms, essentially. I had 3 bedrooms, and I had to list from memory every item within those rooms and put a price on them, and list all the things that I wanted saving, or that we wanted saving, should I say. And I've had to do this 3 times. The first time I sent it off, it wasn't good enough. Second time I sent it off, they wanted me to be more specific about certain things, so I sent it off a 3rd time, and now apparently that was good enough. However, the company that's being sent in to remove these items and to sort out the asbestos have basically turned around and said, well, I can see your inventory list. I see you've asked for us to save this, 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 and this. But we're not going to do any of it. We're not going to save any of your items. All we're going to save is some pieces of jewellery and your passport. For some reason, they seem to be very big on the idea of saving my passport, which I've only ever used 2-3 times about 2-3 years ago. So literally everything I own, everything we own, is getting destroyed. My entire CD collection is going to be destroyed. My entire DVD collection is going to be destroyed. I have some very rare collectible Transformers figures from like the early 1980s, all going to be destroyed. Every book I own is going to be destroyed. All of my clothes, some which are like from anniversary gigs. I had, should I say, a My Dying Bride shirt from a anniversary performance. I'm going to lose that. We're going to lose family heirlooms like my grandfather. He had a kilt and sporran, custom made, worth over £2,500. It's been in the family for several years. That's going to be destroyed. There's a lace blanket from Malta that my grandmother got. It's again been in the family for decades. That's getting destroyed. Basically everything from the last 40 years that's in that house is getting destroyed. We're losing literally everything. And it's an absolute joke. I mean, why they asked us to list the things we wanted saving, only for them to turn around and go, no, sorry, you can't have that. What was the point in asking us to do that? And in asking me to do it 3 times, delayed getting work started on the house even longer. And they're complaining at us of the fact that we've been in this hotel for so long because it's costing them a lot of money. And now, they are obviously paying out for these items that are getting destroyed. Every single item was listed with a price. There are several items that have been missed as well. But, they're going to obviously recompenses for the items that are getting destroyed, which is all very well, but there's a lot of stuff that cannot be replaced. For example, my grandfather's kilt. I've had, should I say, several signed CDs. I had signed posters. I had a signed Paradise Lost poster. I had a signed Ghosts of Atlantis poster. I had a signed CD from Zornheim. You know, my custom guitar that I built myself is going to be destroyed. Lots of limited edition things that cannot be replaced, and they're basically turning around saying, oh well, never mind. You know, they said basically anything, any hard surface object should be able to be cleaned. So things like action figures and stuff like that, they should be able to be cleaned and salvaged. But no, the asbestos company have turned around and said it's not worth our time, energy and money to do this. You can replace them, but we can't. And, you know, there just seems to be an overwhelming sense of apathy from these people. You know, they don't seem to care that they're destroying 40 plus years worth of memories for people. You know, they're destroying family heirlooms. They don't seem to care. And it's really annoying and very, very frustrating. And, you know, my music collection, that's one thing I've managed to maintain through everything I've been through. You know, even when I was homeless, my music collection, my CD collection is one thing that I managed to keep my hands on for the entire time. You know, and I've been building that music collection since I was about 11 years old. You know, most of that some of that music collection is over 30 years old, but it's all getting destroyed now. So yeah, once my room is rebuilt, once we get back into the house, I'm literally going to be going into a room with nothing in it. One saving grace is my PC is actually stored in the garage at my home, but that's very little. So, you know, there's very little solace in that fact. You know, a PC can be rebuilt. It can be, you know, you can remake those easily. You know, that you can do that without a problem. But we're losing every memory from the past 40 years. And, you know, my mother and my uncle, they're both over 60. You know, they're both, you know, we're living in my grandparents' house with all my grandparents' stuff, which is going to get destroyed. So we're losing everything. And it's really distressing, you know. My mother is very upset about it. My uncle is furious about it. And these people, they're just turning around and going, well, there's nothing we can do about it. But obviously there is, otherwise you wouldn't have asked us, you know, to write down the stuff that you wanted, you know, that we wanted keeping. So what was the point in asking us to do that? Just to turn around and go, do you know what? No, we don't care. You know, I understand, yes, you know, you're dealing with asbestos, you know, it is dangerous, you can only be in the house for so long. But, you know, you're going into the house and you're going to have to remove this stuff from the house anyway. So, you know, you can't say that it's a problem with getting stuff out of the house because it's all going to be taken out anyway. So why can't you save it? Why can't you clean it? And, yeah, they just don't seem to care because it's not their stuff, because they have no sentimental attachment to this material, to these items. They don't care. They're just going, yeah, it's just stuff. You know. It's very frustrating. But on the plus side, we are imminently expecting the cruise to actually finally start work after, you know, what, something like 2.5 months. You know. So there is one positive coming out of it. They are actually going to finally start doing something. But, yeah. Very upsetting at losing everything. And I mean, this is going to be the second time in 10 years that I've lost the majority of my personal possessions, because obviously somewhere between 8 or 9 years ago I was homeless and I ended up having to sell all of my personal belongings just to survive. And now I'm losing everything for the second time in 10 years. So, very, very frustrating. But nothing I can do about it. It doesn't matter how much I argue with them about it. There's not going to be any change in what they can and cannot do and what they will and will not do. So, just going to have to make do with the best and hope that the work on the house gets done quickly, because the hotel room's all very, very nice. It's a lovely room. I've been stuck in here for several weeks, and can't really complain too much. But I just want to get back into my house. I want to go home. I want to go back to my room. But even then, once I get back to my room, it's not going to be my room for a very long time, because obviously I'm going to have to buy all new furniture. I'm not going to have any of my things in there. I'm going to be moving into a completely empty room that I'm going to have to try and rebuild all over again. So yeah. But that's where I am at the moment. Just thought, some of you might like to know what's going on. I was hoping this would have been over with sooner. They initially gave us a time window of 2 weeks, and it's now been 2.5 months. But at least something's actually starting to get done now. So hopefully it won't take too much longer. But that's all I can really tell you for the time being. So yeah, I hope to speak to you all again soon. Bye bye.